I'm Sabrina Samuels, and welcome to my show, Upfront and Personal. It's my intention to deliver information that will help us maintain a quality lifestyle in all aspects of our lives. So let's get started. Welcome to my video blog. I'm Sabrina Samuels, and I thank you for tuning in. To all of my fabulous ladies and gents, thank you for your support. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you for sharing my video blogs with your friends, family, and platform. And make sure if you have not subscribed to my video blogs, you do so at this time. Also, I'd like to thank all of you who have purchased my online training program, The School of Opulence. Go to my website, thebeckmanmethod.com, see what we're all about, and then click on to online training program and you'll see what we're all about. Here's another testimonial.
Demetri, I just completed my wonderful consultation with Sabrina Samuels. This has exceeded my expectations. I got so many nuggets, so many life-changing aha moments that I'm so excited to implement. We went deeper than I had expected. I'm just so excited to move forward and looking with expectation for our next session together.
Amen. Well, thank you, Lady D.
I'd like to thank that fabulous young lady for her support and for taking the initiative to know that we are always growing, we're always elevating in life. And you never stop because you're at a certain plateau. You just keep growing and you keep moving forward. Mentally, professionally, physically, we all keep moving forward. That's what it's all about. Time for the question of the week. Okay, let's see what we have here. Okay, clicked off again. Here we go. How to deal with rejection. I had a person call me and she wanted to know how I dealt with rejection. And you know, you deal with rejection in so many ways, but I'm going to share a little story with you on how I dealt with rejection that could have actually, if I didn't handle it the right way, it would have really ruined my life. I don't think I would be here today in the capacity that I'm in if I had made the wrong choice. And you know what? I have me a little Zinfandel. I hope you don't mind. I wanted to share this story and drink a little wine with it. Oh, that's so good. It is cocktail hour someplace. I know it's 6 o'clock here, so it's a beautiful time to have a little Zinfandel before dinner. But let me tell you what happened to me. Years ago, when I was trying to get into the modeling profession, I went to this agency. I was in Chicago at the time, and I was doing a little bit of modeling in the stores. Not much, but pretty much fragrance modeling. You know, the thing where you go up there and spray some fragrance and hope that someone will buy the fragrance, etc. But I knew I had the ability to model professionally. So I went to one of the top agencies in Chicago at that time, and I won't call the name because I'm sure if I did, many of you would know it. And I met with the owner, the director, and I went in there and I felt I was sharp. You know, back in the day, I felt I was looking pretty good. And I went in there and I'm 5'10". I was nice and thin. I'm thinner then than I am now. I'm 100 and what? 60 something pounds now. I was 130 then. And so I felt like I had what it would take to be a model. So she came out, directed me into her office, and she looked me over and she says, "Darling, you need to go someplace and be someone's secretary. You will never be a model." Oh, oh, oh. That's why I had this wine, because when I think of it, I gotta have a little coffee boodle. I could not believe this woman told me that I would never be a model. I'm 5 feet 10, 100, 20, 25, 30 pounds to the most. Nice features. She told me my nose was too big. My feet were too big. Now, I agree with her on that. My feet are too big, but they still had shoes for size 10 and a half at that time. She said I was built up funny. I didn't have the right aura about me to be a model. So she said, "I appreciate you coming in, and next, sitting behind her desk, next." Now she came out to get me, so when she said next, that meant it's time for you to go. Ladies and gents, I tell you, I left her office and I was out there close to Wacker Drive in downtown in the Loop. And I actually wanted to throw myself into off the Wacker Bridge. That's how devastated I was. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe how cruel and cold people can be. But in this business that I chose, that's how people are. They see so many people, thousands of people, and they can't sugarcoat it. So I was standing on the Wacker Bridge and I was wondering, should I just end it now or what? And something in me at 22 years old said, I'm gonna show her I am a model. I can do it. My nose might be too big and my feet might be too big, but I'm gonna do it. And I just walked myself right over to the Apparel Mart. Now the Apparel Mart, for those of you who are not familiar with buying and selling, the Apparel Mart, you have Apparel Marts in different various cities throughout the country. They host designers and stores to come in and they sell their goods. And that's how you get these clothes in the stores. A lot of times because of the Apparel Mart, they buy and sell there. Well, I couldn't get in, but I hung out by the door, you know, the side door where the models go in, and I just started asking questions, and people are, you know, when they're standing there, they're pretty free with information. So I found out that there was going to be a cattle call for the French designers coming in from Europe. And it was going to happen in a couple of weeks or whatever it was. I don't want to tell you the exact date because I cannot remember. But that was my saving grace. I said, wow, I'm going to be on that stage. I'm going to audition. Now, how was I going to do that? Because you had to be invited by an agency and you had to have your name listed with security in order to get in. Ladies and gents, I went home. I could sew. I was an incredible seamstress. I learned how to sew from my big mama. I made a fabulous Dalmatian two-piece suit. You know, the Dalmatian dog with the black dots, the white dog with the little black dots. I made a fabulous two-piece Dalmatian suit. Back when they had skinny pants, you know, it only repeats itself. Back in the day, there was the skinny pants, and the jacket I made had the high lapel, and you could pull it up and have that very Vogue look. And I even made me a pillbox hat. And I was ready. The day of the audition came and I had my suit ready and I jumped on the L train and went down to the Loop. There was a line of gorgeous models, I mean gorgeous models, lined up. And guess who was there but the top agency in Chicago? And guess who was standing right there looking at everything was the lady who told me you would never be a model. Okay, you know, I was devastated, right? But something told me, no, you've come this far, you're going to get in that line. So I got way in the back, of course. I had to get in the back because you had to be in line. And they were calling your name. You not calling your name, but you give your name, and then there's a lady who's sitting at the table, and she would find your name. You say what agency you're with, and she'd check you off, and you went into the Apparel Mart. And at that time, you know, when you are called and you go into the apparel mart, you wait into another line, and then the designers come and select the models that they want. Lord, I tell you, that line was dwindling down, right? Then it got to be my turn. And everybody was looking at me because I was the sharpest one there. I will tell you that, because I knew how to design. And I knew how to take a garment, look at a garment in the store, and I could copy it verbatim. The lady said, "Oh, you look nice today." I said, "Thank you." "What is your name?" I said, "Sabrina Beckman." So she was looking on the list. She flipped the page, looking on the list. And now about this time, I'm getting hot and I'm anxious, and I'm about to just say, I can't do that. I'll just get out of line. But I just stood there. She said, "Well, what agency are you with?" And here comes the head lady of the head modeling agency in Chicago. I had to think fast because she knew who I was, and she was about to come over there and get me out of line. I said, "I'm with the Beckman Agency." Now that's my last name. What else could I think about? I couldn't say the lady's name in her agency because she was right there. She would have validated that I was not with her agency. So the lady was looking, says, "Beckman Agency, Beckman." And let me tell you how good God is. When you make up your mind you are going to make it, you are going to succeed, and do it the right way by any way means necessary. I just stood there. I did not lose my demeanor. This woman came out, this French woman came through that door, and she says, that girl over there, I want her, the one in the Dalmatian suit." And everybody looked around, and it was me. And I stood up even taller. I smiled. I tilted my head. Again, granted, I'm 22 years old. And I zipped past that woman with that check mark in her little paper, checking people off. And here comes the head woman with the agency that had most of the girls in. She was trying to break that up. "Oh, wait just a minute." I zipped through there, honey, so quick. I shook that woman's hand and I went through that door with her. I was like, "We're not going to have a conversation about who I am. You want me, I want you, let's make it happen." And that was my big break. I actually modeled for a European designer. And what you do is, you know, the buyers come in and you have to stand on this little block, and they have a short little runway, and you model the clothes back and forth, and then they tell you whether they want to buy so many garments, etc. Well, I sold everything. I sold everything they put on me. They loved me, and I got a job at the Chicago Apparel Mart. Designers would call me in, stores would call me in from time to time, and that's how I opened my company, thebeckmanmethod.com. Back in the day, it was called Beckman Image Development. But that's how I opened my company, and that's how I got started in modeling. Never, ever let anything negative deter you if you know you have what it takes and you've had the training for it. And you know that you can do it. You know that you can succeed. The rest is history. That's how I got started modeling. That's how I opened my company. That's how my profession took off. I traveled the world, and I'm so thankful. I'm so thankful. And I've helped so many beautiful ladies, young ladies, thousands of young ladies, help them to be whoever they wanted to be the best you can be. Whatever that is, never ever give up. I don't care how old you are. Some of us seniors, we're trying to get back into the job market. Do it if you can. If you can do it, do it. Don't give up on your dreams. Don't give up on your ambition. Don't do it. You have to think high to rise. You have to be sure of yourself before you can ever win a prize. Until next week, I'm Sabrina Samuels, wishing you love, peace, happiness, and our Heavenly Father's divine order. Divine order at all times. Never forget that. As long as you live, know that God is with us all, but we have to be with Him in order to achieve. Love you, and bye for now.